Stone, you give this guy a golf club, he'll probably try to fuck it.
Who's scruffy looking?
You might wanna buckle up, baby.
I just assumed it's a Wookiee.
It's me.
Everything you heard about me is true.
If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
Hello, everyone, fellow space travelers. Welcome to the Scruffy Lookin Podcasters, episode number 257, episode 24, in our new Thrawn era. Long live the Empire. It is a glorious fall day, Sunday, the October 27th. Man, we're almost to Halloween, well into the spooky season. It's just been, I don't know about you guys, but it's been an absolutely banger of a holiday out here. Good season, good autumn season. A lot of autumn leaves falling. It's been really nice. My name is Jimmy Dice, riding solo today from the state of Maine. Ed is out there doing God's work, making the wonderful, absolute beautiful music that he does off of his violin this evening. Also missing Kev Garbett here tonight, but we got the better half of the English side tonight. And when I say half, it's a big half. Don't worry, Kev won't listen to it. It's okay. Christopher Hall, how goes your spooky season?
I want to suck your blood. I'm good, mate. How are you? All good.
Nice.
All good.
Nice.
Yes, the better half of the UK contingent.
Oh, you like how he did that there? Don't worry, he won't even listen to it. It's fine.
As a good friend of mine likes to call us, a good friend that you'll hear from in a minute. He's coined this phrase, the UK contingent. I love that, mate. That's fucking sick, that is.
Right.
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. Loving it. It's my favourite time of year. I've just had a week off work. I'm super relaxed. Back to work tomorrow. That's going to suck. But yeah, had a rad time. I'll get into that. Moving on.
Oh, I love that. And speaking of our special guest today, co-host of Just Shillin, Mr. Andy Bell, recent rescuer of Ed from the airport in London. How's it going, buddy?
I haven't quite got over that yet, but yeah, I'm good, buddy. How are you? Long time no speak.
You haven't fully recovered yet? You're still in recovery mode?
No, I'm still paying for it as well. I'll tell you about that in a second.
He's still paying for it. Oh my God, that's lovely. Well, thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I figured like this time of year, it's always nice just to get a good vibe of just kind of everybody's good fall season going. It's just an awesome time, like good like coffee, cider, pumpkin spice latte. If that's your thing, it's not my thing. So why don't you just grab one of those, like cuddle back up in your favorite onesie. We'll talk about onesies, and sit back and enjoy the ride. I guess since Kev's not here, we can just like cut the longest portion of the program, and
We fucked him.
Indeed, we'll just kind of go into my week. I guess the biggest thing that happened is we just had our trunk or treat boys. Now we were talking about our trunk or treats before.
Nice.
Has that caught on to, do you have like a little boot and treat over there or whatever you guys have or anything similar to it?
We trick or treat, mate, over here.
Yep.
It's Halloween in general, especially up north where proper people live, gets more and more popular every year. A lot more houses get decorated.
Yep.
And there's a lot more trick-or-treating going on. My kids are both going out trick-or-treating on Thursday, this coming Thursday. Very excited. I'm taking over your week, mate. Sorry. Trunk or treat. Do you know what that is, Andy?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah, it's a safe version. Safe version of trick or treat.
Yes.
Indeed. Like we started doing this. They started getting a little more popular because a lot of buildings were going on in my state, so not people really have like good back like neighborhoods to kind of walk around, and so people just like park their cars in a circle like their wagons in the wild west somewhere, and then just like open up their trunk. It's like, you want some candy, and totally perfectly safe. And during the pandemic, when the pandemic happened, see, we would always have a big Halloween bash at our house every year. It's my wife's favorite like holiday of the year, and we would always do this thing like a pinata full of nips. There'd be like beer pong, beer die, like super adult only, Jello shots. Um, there was one guy, one of my friends, Sean. He showed up as a British officer from the Revolutionary War. He had like the cone, the tricone hat, sword, or his saber, like the full like red coat uniform and everything. He brought a
Nice.
Lancashire pie, I think. It's a Lancashire pie. I can't remember what it was. It's like this like meat crock thing or whatever. I was like, oh man, okay. But anyways, fast forward through the pandemic, we really can't do anything in person anymore. So it's like, oh, bring your car over and let's just do something outside. Plus, it doesn't have to like, don't have like a million kids like running through my house either, like kind of turning everything upside down, because usually that's enough for my kids to do it anyways. I don't want to have like 14 other kids doing the same thing. So we just had that yesterday. Our I was a gnome this year, boys. That was my costume of choice. And
Where
'cause my
did
son,
where did that come from, Jimmy?
my son, he wanted to be a gnome. He's like, Dada's gonna be a gnome too, and I'm like, what? Like, yeah, Dada's gonna be a gnome, and I was like, well, how about I be? So I was like, he said, no, you're gonna be a gnome. I'm gonna be a gnome, and I'm like, well, shit. Okay, I guess I'm gonna be a goddamn gnome. Here it is.
Because
And
you've done some rad ones, mate, in the past.
I've had some good ones in the past. I've been Scotty from Star Trek on a whole homemade shirt uniform.
Yep.
I've been one of the Blues Brothers. I mean, I've been Aladdin.
We did a
See.
family Lord of the Rings one, mate, which was rad.
Oh yeah, I did. I was Gandalf. That was suiting. That was fitting, right?
Yeah.
I know my kid was Frodo. She was a little hobbit. That was pretty awesome. So yeah, we everything is always like a big theme and stuff. So this year's theme was fairy tale. And so that's what they say. Oh no, because we have these little, like, they call them little fairy villages out in the woods, like at camps and stuff like that. And it's just like little gnomes or things, little creatures they'll put in the wood, like moss grows around, and just like it's like a little place set in the woods, and like other kids will play with it and stuff. But anyways, we wanted to like make a little fairy village thing back of our truck, Lena's car. And I'm like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, oh, we can get some like sticks and branches and things, and then we can go buy some of this like green turf and stuff. And I'm like, well, what do you mean buy? Like,
Nice.
we're gonna buy any of this stuff. Like, we have a whole backyard full of this shit. Like, I spent half my life shoveling it out here. It's like, why would you need to buy anything for this thing? So found one of those giant like cardboard boxes and like got that to fit just right in the trunk. That way it's like not covered everywhere. But I just went out in the backyard and got like a nice flat sharp shovel and just like just dug it into the earth a little bit and took a little chunk out and just like set it right there in the back of the trunk. So like the dirt and everything, and like it was like some like little ants and stuff like still alive, like walking around. And it's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to like really spray down this car afterwards. But it's okay.
Authentic though. Authentic. Nice.
It was a lot more like intense than I wanted it to, because then I started poking holes in the cardboard and sticking like sticks and stuff through. It's like, did you guys ever do dioramas in like your
I've
elementary
made some
school?
dioramas, mate.
You know,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
do
yeah,
a little
yeah.
shoebox thing, or you make the
Yeah, yeah,
trifold
yeah.
thing, or whatever you build. This is what I felt like it was.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, they bought Elena bought this like little play set, like little mushroom thing. They look like little Smurfs, but they're all little gnomes. And we started just placing them in there, like, making a scene, if you will. And it was just like, man, I just fucking love it, because the biggest thing about me is just like details of models and stuff like that, and my love for X-Wing miniatures and stuff like that. So yeah, I was starting to get really into it, it was like a little competition there. So you vote for your best costume and your best trunk and what the trunk was. And Jesus Christ, we won it. And I was like, come on, really? Like our trunk won from all the
Yay!
stuff that I know. It's like, but like we bought the thing. Like we're hosting the thing. It's like, I know, but it's like it's this candy. It's like, I don't want this candy here. I want this candy out of my house. Like, damn it. I want you brat kids to take it. Just kidding.
So is this? Do you hold this trunk or treat at your house, Jimmy?
It's in our house, yeah, right in our front driveway.
Nice.
Yep. So it's great because again, as the host, you have a lot of responsibilities to like take care of everybody and cook, have enough food and stuff for people to have and stuff.
Yeah.
But low key, you can just like have a few extra beers because you don't have to drive home. You know what I mean?
See, I love this. I love this. I love this approach towards Halloween in the UK. Apart from the guys up north who always do everything right, of course.
Correct.
But in the UK, trick or treat was massive when I was a kid, and certainly when my kids were kids, it were massive. We'd go out with the kids, they'd dress up, we'd dress up, and it was. But then over the years, and I'm talking way before COVID, it became a thing that was frowned on because old folk would be scared, because you do get the occasional asshole that is way too old to be trick-or-treating out there,
they'll steal all your candy, or they're like taking your jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. It's like knocking on the door. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Grow up, kid. Anyway, it kind of I wouldn't say went away, but it was kind of discouraged for quite a while. And then in recent years, it's got a bit of a renaissance going on, in that if you have a lantern, if you have a pumpkin in your window, then you're open to. It's almost like a sign. You're open to trick-or-treaters. And it's lovely because it's really, really cool, especially in our lane, because we live in a very, very quiet lane, and there's an awful lot of, should we say, older people where we live, and they just don't leave anything out, and everyone else is fair game. We're laughing at me.
Present company included, yeah.
No, fuck you, dude. I'm there. Decorations in the window, the whole lot.
Do you have a 12-foot skeleton?
It's only
living on the estate.
It's only when I get to the door, I'm like, fuck off.
That's great. I love that.
No. We try and get involved. We try and get involved as much as we can. Sorry, I swore. Nice. That was out of order.
Oh my god, my innocent ears.
Yeah.
How dare you come on this podcast, of all podcasts, and drop an F-bomb.
Soil is reputation of this fine podcast. Trick-or-treating is it's. I remember growing up and just having so much fun. I remember meeting Han Solo when I was in 8th grade. My buddy like crafted a lightsaber made out of wood, made the whole damn thing himself.
Nice.
I just spray painted a little like space blaster that was orange, black, like that was it. I did put some like little Corellian blood stripe down my sweatpants to like get those going. So, but yeah, it's a fun time, and since COVID, we just started doing it every year, and it's like, holy shit, everybody has kids now, so it's like, all right, this is like a totally kid, like this is a straight up like family event thing, and it's like, oh man, now it's like shit, I gotta feed these people that are here, so it's like, fuck, I gotta go downstairs, get a pizza from the freezer, technically I got a slab or two back there I can just throw in, and yeah, it's a really fun time, and I love seeing like my kids grow up and stuff. It's like, oh man, they're getting into like the same stuff I was. Nice. It's pretty rad. It's good shit. So afterwards, after the kids play, right, and they all go away, then the adults they stay, and then we have a merry old time. So there's an adult version of the Halloween party, a very strong contingent. Speaking of contingents, the word of the podcast. There's a dedicated group of adult members that stick around for the late night crowd. After the kids go to bed, I get some people that sneak in through the garage and go downstairs, and we play some dice. And it's my time to like really deck the place out. I unscrew all the light bulbs in the basement. I put in all these black light bulbs, pinks, reds. I was like lo-fi beat shit. I got this smoke machine. I've had this smoke machine since like 2007. And I shouldn't say that. It's probably more like 2009, but it's fucking old. And I was like, I always put smoke in there, right? I just get the smoke machine going because it just like gives a nice little vibe to the place and stuff. I got a really cool time lapse video from like a couple of years ago of just like 3 hours at the table, just like back and forth. And it's all glow in the dark shit and stuff. My problem was this time I went and I turned the smoke machine on. I was showing my buddy Kyle, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, it was so dope." I was like, "Ah, this is great, cool." And then we like left. And I was like, fuck, it was just like 2.5, 3 hours later. I was like, shit, I haven't even been downstairs yet. And I'm like, God damn it, what am I doing here? So I go downstairs, I open the door, and it's just like, it just like rips right through. I'm like, holy fuck, I can't even see down the steps. Like, it's just totally smoked out. 110% smoked out. I'm sending these to you right now, Andy, so you can take a look on your messenger. But it was just to the point where it's like, ooh, this might actually be like a danger to be breathing in right now. So I was like, I ran over to the window and it's like popped open the window, and then like I'm just kind of letting it air out for like, good 30 minutes, and then it was, I deemed it safe for human occupation. But yeah, we had a real nice late night session of dice, and it's always fun. Craps is a really fun family game, right? It's a very cool team game where you're not really playing against each other. You're just playing against the house to get as much money as possible, kind of thing. And that's just kind of how it is at any kind of gambling establishment. So Victory Underground Casino was a full operation, full swing last night, just throwing chips left and right. And eventually the house won, as the house always tends to do. But it was cool. It was a fun time. We had a lot of good times, good smokes, good liquors, good tasty treats. We had just a lot of people having a good time. A lot of vinyl was just spinning last night.
Nice.
It's just really really cool stuff. So yeah, that was last night. And the only other thing I'll talk about this week, real quick, is I'm not gonna be around next week, because next week I'm gonna be at taking 4 days, going down to Connecticut with my boys, my old high school boys. And we always meet once a week now on Discord, Tuesdays. We play all these old video games like Team Fortress Classic, Age of Empires 2. Just really having a good time. And so next week we're meeting in person at this house in Connecticut. We're bringing our PCs down. They're bringing their gaming laptops. I'm throwing a grill on the back of my truck. I'm just like, all right, we're bringing the kitchen down. Like, let's go. But it's just gonna be like 6 grown men like eating gourmet and playing 25-year-old fucking video games. Just like peak.
So you've done
Perfect.
this. You've done this
Peak
before,
life.
haven't you, Jimmy?
We did this once before. This
Yes.
past April. Connecticut seems to be a good spot where I can come down from Maine easily enough. It's just a drive. The other guys getting out of New York City and Hoboken is just like a real pain in the ass, like trains and planes, trains, and automobiles kind of thing.
Will Mike be there? Is Mike going to be there?
Yeah, Mikey's gonna be there.
Nice.
Mikey, Dave, Crosby, Reeves, like they're all showing up, and I'm coming down with my buddy Alex from up here, and so it'll be a good group of 6 of us.
So who sets up the LAN? Who sets? Is that you?
It's me. Yeah, it's me. I'm kind of the brainchild of this. Like, it's like all these things that we want to do, and I realize, like, if you don't plan for things to happen, then they don't happen. So it's like we always talk about, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we just like rented this fucking awesome house and just played video games for the weekend? It's like, cool. Let's fucking plan them a weekend 6 months from now, and then like it worked out. But yeah, I bring down. We basically hook into the house router with a like a Cat 6 cable, and we just run that to a splitter, and that just goes to everybody's machine. Because for my a couple of the guys can use Wi-Fi, and that's fine, like on their laptops that are more optimized for that. But I'm bringing a tower with me, and the Wi-Fi card is just really not great. And it's like, no, I got all this horsepower here. Like I'm bringing like a fucking Tiger tank to a Sherman party, It's like, I need that hard line Ethernet. It's got to go through a cable for me, pal. I want that juice. So I bring all the gear down for that. I make sure everyone's got a cord and stuff. And I don't bring my double monitors, just a single monitor. I'm not that grotesque. And we have a lovely little house on a fucking lake in Connecticut with like this giant dining room table with this beautiful bay window and stuff. It's like, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking
it's gonna
awesome.
smell wonderful in there.
Oh.
It's gonna smell wonderful.
We're doing grilled pizzas on Friday night. Jimmy's gonna be at the helm of that one, and then my buddy Mike, he's gonna be making a chili on Saturday. So yeah, it's gonna be ripe for sure. You know.
Note to self: mute group chat next Saturday night when I go to sleep. Otherwise, it's ding, 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 ding every 20 minutes, and it's videos of Jimmy in the hot tub drinking with his buds.
We fucked him.
You know,
Yes,
what
mate,
can I
yes.
say?
I love it. I love that shit.
Well,
It's
yeah,
great.
what can I? It's just a little bit of
Everything.
That's the way I like it. So that's it. That's it for my week. That's what for my week, sweet boys, and upcoming. And so why don't we transition to greatness and let's go shift over to our pal, Mr. Andy Bell, and just give me an update. I know you've been talking with these guys and stuff, and tell us a little bit about that. But I want to just on a human to human level, man. How are we doing?
Well, dude, I'm really well, thank you. And it's been a God's age since you and I spoke, so it's good to talk to you again, man.
Yeah.
My recent weeks have been quite busy. You heard an awful lot last weekend from the shenanigans that went down with with Ed coming over, which was a learning experience of how not to do things with Ed. In many, many ways, but also prior weeks where I managed to hook up with the boys as well, and we took in a toy fair and had a good old time there as well. The last week or so has really been about head down. We're going away. Lucy and I, my wife, are going away next week. No, sorry, arse end of next week, so the week after, just to take a week out and get some winter sun for a week.
Where you going, mate?
Just got a cheap flight to the Canaries, buddy. So we're going down to Gran Canaria for a week. Got a really cheap flight. Mate, world changes when just the two of you. It really does. Once your kids grown up and have gone, you can be flexible. You can you can accommodate holidays outside of schools and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're just taking a week off, and yeah, it will come to you. I promise. It will come to you. I promise. I promise. And you're the right age. It will come. Things like date night are back on again. Everything changes. But yeah, no, it's so we're kind of heads down trying to get over this next week. Prior to that, had a massive deadline with work. We got a big launch last Friday that there was a big bunch of stress for me over many months. The launch happened. It went really well. So that's kind of the work side of things is going all right. But on the personal side, yeah, I mean it's been a quiet week. I don't have anything new to share with you guys than the guys shared with you last week. Apart from there's a couple of things that Ed missed or might have missed or didn't even know about at the time that he gave you an update last week. One was I wanted him to. I'm really surprised and a little bit hurt that he didn't actually point this out. So when I picked him up last week or week before last, from the airport and brought him back to where I live, I needed to be busy for the day because, again, my wife Lucy was working from home, so it's like I don't want to bring Ed in while she's still working and is trying to do some stuff around the house. So on the way back, I drove a further 70, 80 miles or so to take him to a place called Puzzlewood. And Puzzlewood is a filming location in the UK, which was used for Takadana. So what you didn't find out last week, which again,
the girl I've heard so much about.
Exactly that. And in fact, we used that about 30 times when we were walking around the place. But the point being is that on the way home, before we went out for dinner that evening, I took him to Takadana, or took him to the filming location of Takadana, which I don't know if you've ever seen it or seen any of the pictures that I posted on the Discord channel. But it's basically a really, really weird old wood that is overgrown, and it's like an old mining part of the UK called the Forest of Dean. whereby the nature has kind of overrun, and there are amazingly old trees there where the roots are breaking through the old miners' steps and the walls that were built in this old mine. Hence the reason why it's used an awful lot for filming locations, including Takadana. So I took him there, but it was very, very muddy, and it was dry. It was bright, but we had a week or so of pretty bad weather prior to that. What I didn't realise is that Ed had only brought one pair of shoes with him for the week, and he was absolutely caked in mud. So yeah, I did kind of tell him where we were going to go before he even landed in the UK. But yeah, he'd only brought one pair of shoes with him, which was these very thin plimsoll type of arrangement that he had on his feet, and he was absolutely covered in mud by the time.
He only brought sneakers.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed, come on!
I know. What could I? What I mean? The guys should be a responsible adult, but I maybe you can have a word because I can't help him. Anyway,
he lives outside of Augusta. That's like out in the sticks.
He wanted to travel light, as he told me. But anyway, so yeah, he was. He has. He came back to our place, basically caked in mud, and shook Lucy's hand, and she took a sideways glance at me and said, "What the fuck have you brought home?" Anyway, but anyway, they got on extraordinarily well, and it was brilliant because if Lucy likes any of my friends, then fuck me, it's kind of like a job done. Really is job done. Oh, and the other thing was, which the boys told you about last week, was we had some problems with this stupid electric car I've bought. I'm very proud that I bought an electric car, but and I would say 99% of the time it works really well for me for the mileage I do. I don't do an awful lot of mileage anymore because my job's changed considerably over the years. So it kind of works.
I only heard a slight whisker of the story, so I'm eager to hear what actually went down.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, fine. No. I forgot to charge it. I basically forgot to charge it the night before we went up north. So it didn't work out for me. So I said to Ed, "Don't worry about it." So we'll charge on the way there because the infrastructure for electric cars is brilliant in the UK. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So we head up north. We head up north. About an hour into the journey, we stop, and I start charging the car, and we charge it, back to half, let's say, and then we make our way back up north again. We end up getting to Chris's place. It's like, yeah, we're all good. And then I said, I tell you what, but I've got to drive the next day because I've got to get back. I can only stay here one night. I've got to get back because I'm flying out 2 days from now for work. Yep. So I need to get back home. So I'll dump Ed with you and then bugger off. And then. So we go into town the following day. First of all, we work it out that there are some charging stations at Warhammer World. Well, you probably heard Warhammer World was closed.
Oh, that's like, right. Damn it. Yeah. On a
Tuesday damn it. We can't go in there. Let's find a place in town. So we find a place in town, and they're all gone. And meanwhile, I'm like,
before that. Sorry to interrupt. Andy stayed at my house the night before Jimmy, and there'd been much discussion about how he's going to charge his car the next day, the previous night.
Yeah.
And then in the morning when I went downstairs, take the dog out for a walk, Andy woke up and he's like, "Right, I've had an idea. It came to me at 2 a.m. this morning. There's a charging point about 20 minutes away. I'm going to take my car there and charge it." And I said, "You don't need to worry about that, mate. I've already looked, and there's charging points at Warhammer World. You're going to be fine." And he was like, "Oh,
don't even worry about it.
We'll just do that." Obviously, we get there, and it's closed. Yes. Sorry, Andy. Carry on.
No, it's all good. So we find this car park, and I'm like, "All right, we'll charge in here." And they're all taken. It's like, okay. So Kev's in the front seat. He's like, "I've got another place you can go to." So we go to a different place. and then we can't use them. We just can't use them for some reason. There's some sort of weird restriction on the app that you can't use this. You have to be a particular private member to use this particular app. So it's like, all right, boys, right, okay. I don't have enough to get 50 miles down the road, let alone home at the moment. So I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you boys here. I'll see you later. Thanks for an amazing time. Big hugs all round. I'll see you later. So I'm already like stressing a little bit and thinking, yeah, can I get home? It's not only no. So I get out. So I get out the car park, and within 200 yards, I find somewhere I can. It's completely empty, and I can charge the car there. And I'm like, brilliant, fantastic. Where are you all? They tell me where they are. So I drop the car off, plug it in. I pop off and have a drink with them just to say my proper goodbyes. And by the time I get back to the car, I can't disconnect the car from the charging station because apparently I've exceeded the allocated limit of time. I'm like, but you're charging me for using your electricity. So what does it matter? What time? Who cares? It matters. So the manager comes out and said, yeah, no, I'm totally with you. I'll shut down. He shuts down the entire, not the entire grid, but the entire charging area. Oh my God. To allow me to release my car. And I said, are you sure this is all right? Said, yeah, no problem at all. So I then leave and I say goodbye to the guys. I've got the car out. We're all good. Thanks for a good time.
It's fully charged.
You go. 2 days ago, I get a fine of £100. Oh, apparently, I exceeded my limit. Despite the fact that I was paying for electricity. There was a camera that was watching when I turned up and when I left. I think the manager probably doesn't have a job anymore because he did the wrong thing by disconnecting my car from it. They're trying to say you really were on a restricted charging window. So, yeah, I've got to pay that. So, yeah, all in all, Ed's visit has been really great.
And you love Nottingham, mate, don't you?
Oh, I love Nottingham. It's amazing. Oh, it's an amazing place full of warm, welcoming people. I love it.
And I'm just going to speak on Kev's behalf as well because he's not here to tell us. But he's also received a fine from Heathrow Airport for parking in the wrong spot when he dropped Ed off back at the airport.
Ed's fucking costing everybody.
So Jimmy, you're more than welcome to visit. You really are. Just don't bring Ed. Please don't bring Ed.
That's fucking funny. Oh man, it's the path of chaos that goes by. I tell you what, I'm still upset that he brought those sneakers with him. Man's got to get himself a pair of Blundstones, bro.
Oh mate, where we were going as well. He knew he was going to a forest. It's a forest. It's muddy. Boy, it's been raining in the UK, and he comes around with these little daps, Chris. You know what I mean by daps?
Yeah, mate.
You know, yeah. He's got these little daps, and it's like, bless his heart.
Boy needed room in his case, didn't he, for all his miniatures he was bringing back.
True.
From Warhammer World.
Right.
Needed your muck boots, Jimmy. That's what he needed.
Right? Those little Chelsea boots or whatever. Those things are great, man. Dude, I had those. I bought them brand new for London, and I wore them every single day. Not once were my feet yelling at me. You know? My feet were they were tired, but they weren't like dying, right? Like they would be in any other shitty shoe. Listen, as my age has taught me anything, get yourself a good shoe. Always. Good shoe. Don't fuck around with that.
This is Ed, though, isn't it? We're talking about. I mean,
yeah.
We didn't find out he was leaving like a day later until he.
That was so funny. That was so funny. We were there. That was as late as Saturday.
Yeah.
So I picked him up on the Thursday. We were with you the Friday. It was late as the Saturday. We were in that bar, and you both look at me. You and Kev both say, "Did you know he was coming here to the Wednesday?" And I went, "I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah." So well, we didn't know. And then when I bought I think I bought Ed a separate drink on his own because you're right, he can drink. And he came up to the bar and said, "You knew it was the Wednesday." I said, "Yeah, I knew, but did you tell the people you're staying with?" And he just looked at me as if to say, "I think so. I'm not quite 100% sure."
He claims he did.
Anyway. Listen, it was all in all. I'm taking the piss. It was a good time. It was a really, really good time to spend with the guy. He was on really, really good form, and no, bless him. I mean, I am of course kidding, and he wants to come back again, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. He will be taking the train, but I cannot wait.
We mentioned because I had him leave his truck at my house, so I took him to the bus station. Otherwise, he's getting charged. I was like, man, I could save you like fucking $50. Just park at my house because I only live like 10 minutes away. The bus station and the airport, very convenient. And yeah, we were chatting. I was like, next time, maybe we both go. And it's like, indeed. So, we'll see. Next trip, we'll see what happens. You get double the trouble, but at least I'll have the appropriate footwear. I can't speak for my friend. Motherfucker doesn't even have TSA pre-check. Oh, savage.
Dude, mate, it didn't even mention this, and I don't know if you're privy to this information as well. It weren't until about 4 days before he's due to arrive that he messaged me, Andy, and Kev saying, "I might have a problem with my passport, guys. It expires in December, and I thought I was allowed to fly, but I might have to have 6 months left on it before I'm allowed to fly, or something along that infamy."
Man,
Yeah.
And there was a hot minute, like when I say a hot minute, at least 24 hours, where me, Andy, and Kev were like, "Oh, Ed's not coming." And I've me and Kev's both took time off work. I've arranged loads of stuff to do with the family.
Yep.
And what a guy,
Mate. Me too. I took 2 days
love
off.
him to bits.
Pick him up on the Thursday. Coming up to see you on the Friday. Got to take 2 days off. But the irony was, he told us the problem, and how long did it take me to find the rules and everything? What?
Oh yeah,
maybe 2 seconds. You're fine.
Maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and it's like, fill this form out. Yeah, I'll do it later. It's like, for God's sakes, Ed, you come in a few days. If you've just told us you got a problem, you got to check this form out for. He flew with American Airlines, and I said, look, they've got a form on their website. Why am I doing this for you? There is a form on this website that you've got to check out. If you check this out, you can find out whether you'll be all right or not. Yeah, I'll get to it later. It's fine. It's no problem at all. 8 hours later, yeah, I just checked it out. I'm fine. It's like, brilliant. Well done, mate. Well done.
Yeah. We're good. Yeah. We're good, pal. We're good.
Bless his heart.
I was getting flashbacks to when Britt and when she went to London for a celebration.
Oh, Carlos. Yeah.
Carlos. I was like, dude. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Funny.
Yes.
Excellent times, boys. I love it.
You've also spent a bit of money this week, haven't you, Andy? This past week.
Oh God, yeah. I bought my ticket, Jimmy, for celebration.
You doing Japan? Fuck yeah, dude. Good for you.
Yeah. It's hurt. I've got to.
So you bought your flights. Haven't you?
Yeah.
I heard the flight back is the one that murders you.
Yeah, it's just killer. It's a killer. It's a lot more than I thought, and I've got to do a little bit of scrimping and saving to kind of hide it from the family finances a little bit. It's no. So a trip there and back any other time of year is about between 700 and £1,000 pound sterling. I paid about 2,200 quid. Oh, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
That's just flights as well, mate.
That's just flights.
Yeah. Well, isn't it at the tail end of
Easter, isn't it?
the
It's
cherry
Easter
blossom
weekend.
season?
It's a tail end of cherry blossom season, so there's an awful lot of
Kyoto.
expats that are looking to get out. But also, if you
Yeah.
think about it, it's also a lot of families with way too much disposable income that are gonna be coming in and out of that are going to be
Traveling. Using all the
traveling
public
around that time,
transportation,
because of
all the
course in the West it's
hotels.
in the West it's also going to be it's going to be Easter as well. So
Yeah.
it's mental. The way out was probably the same price as a normal return, and then the way back was 200% of that on top of that.
Wow.
So it
Goddamn.
was
You would
it was
think, why
crazy.
would they have it that
But I've
time
done
of
it.
year? Have it a little later. Oh man.
I don't know. They did this last year. Sorry, when we all met last year, it was a
Oh, it
weird
was over
time to do it
Easter.
then.
No, I know. I
It was
didn't.
over Easter then as well.
That was a hard one for me to miss when it was over Easter. I was
Yeah,
like,
right.
because we hosted it, and I was like, the host wasn't there. Shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's also happened this week. That's
Well,
my big commit this
How
week.
were you able to go? Do you have a ticket? Because all the Saturday passes sold out. Did you
I've
just buy?
Sean. What can I say? Sean.
Yeah, hooks it
Sean.
up. Nice.
When he was because the timing when the tickets went live, it was like halfway through the night for us.
Yeah.
So it would have been, if not, halfway through very early hours of the morning. And so Sean, when he was buying for him and Madison, he got mine as well. We already knew that Lucy wouldn't be coming with me.
I
So
mean,
I'm
and on
literally,
the
I am
worst case, you could
literally,
always resell it. It would definitely
yeah.
resell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the plan has always been I'll do a Jimmy Dice. I'm going to come in hard and fast, and I'll get out again.
Yeah.
72
So I'm going
hours,
in.
mate. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm
Straight
going
down a
in.
pisser.
Fucking Christ, taking that long to get there.
I'm going in. I'm flying
Already
in on
fast.
the Wednesday
Going
morning.
fast.
I'll
Nice.
do I'll use the day prior to get over myself and drink some sake and just work out the jet
Sake
lag.
bombs. Sake bombs.
And then exactly, and then I'll do the 3 days and then fly back home on the Monday. So I'm literally I'm going to see none of Tokyo at all. I mean, you
Yeah.
may say,
Dude, that's
what's the
crazy.
point? I know, man. But I committed, right? I committed to my buddy, and I'm going.
But hey, like you're gonna get so much just special culture there just because of where it is and Star
Yeah.
Wars. It's gonna be all the artwork is gonna be so fucking beautiful.
That's the way I see it as well.
Hell yeah.
So I try to travel light, but I even paid for check-in luggage as well, thinking this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to go out there and just
Get that
grab as
merch.
much as I possibly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They look real
Grab as
nice in
much as I
your
can.
look real nice behind you in your wall. You know what I'm saying? Although
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
audio
exactly.
medium, describing how awesome your podcast studio is.
Well, the shed, but okay, yeah, I'll call it a studio. I like that.
Yeah, hell yeah. This is the way.
How long's the flight, Andy, from UK?
14, mate. 14.
Oh, that's
Direct
easy,
London
mate.
to Tokyo.
Easy.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
It's all right.
Well, easy for you, mate. But yeah, I hate flying. I used to love flying, and in fact, I was very lucky in that my now wife bought me a flying lesson for a birthday when we were first dating, and loved it. Absolutely loved it. Had a really rough flight from Seattle back home about 10 years ago, and casualties were involved in the
Damn.
the flight was so rough, and the turbulence came on so quickly that the pilot couldn't even anticipate it, and the hostess trolley with all the bits on it and everything flew up in the air, hit the passenger next to me. The crew were told to get into their stations. They didn't have time to tidy up or anything, so I'm holding this poor lady's head while she's bleeding because her head's hit. And ever since then, I don't have a good time with just long haul. Just don't have a fine with anywhere in Europe, no problem at all. Long haul, hate it.
Yeah,
So I'm
man,
gonna have to find. I'm gonna have to find. I don't know, some horse tranquilizer or something to keep me sane, or to keep me asleep
B&B,
while I'm.
B&B,
Toby,
baby.
mate. Get some
Benadryl and
old Toby.
brandy. Yeah, a little chewable. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah,
Not a bad idea.
The flight for me, if I did New York Tokyo, 17-hour 20-minute. Yeah,
That's
God,
long.
that's a long one.
What was New Zealand, mate, when you did that, Jimmy?
Similar.
Yeah.
It's in that like 15 to 18 range, depending on the tailwind. That'll be next year.
Damn.
I know. I even looked at it. I was like, what if I did like a day? Just like went there and came right back, and it's like, ugh, just ugh. Yeah. The hardest part for me is the PTO, vacation time, because like
Yeah.
with our kids, like everything's all like booked up and stuff. But damn, Andy, you were gonna have a great fucking time over there.
That's
can't
gonna be
wait.
Without a
awesome.
doubt.
I'm jealous that
Without a
y'all gonna
doubt.
be hanging out with the Aussies. You know, those
Yeah.
bastards. I love them all. Yeah, like
Be a bloody
you,
ripper,
Catherine
mate.
Turbo, and Andy and Josh, and like you guys are gonna be just having a fucking blast, straight up blast out there.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good fun. It's gonna be good fun, and I am looking forward to it. But at the moment, I'm still feeling a little bit hurt in the credit card department,
Yep.
which
Yep.
I'll get over it. I'll get over it.
Hurt in the hand
Shit,
wallet. Hey, you only live once. Fuck it. You have to do or do not.
Exactly.
Mate,
There is no try.
as a wise Australian once said to me, mate, it all comes out in the wash. Don't worry about it.
That's right. It's gonna be a
And
great
we're
time.
here to fuck spiders.
Correct, mate. Correct. Happy days.
Nice,
So
dude.
that's been my week, Jimmy.
Good. I love that. I love that for you, Christopher. Well, wait, can you top that?
Probably not, mate. Probably not. I've not had any charging problems. I've not had any fines this week. Although I do get fines quite a lot because I'm always driving in the odd bus lane and shit. But we don't need to talk about that. I've got some things that I need to discuss that I missed last week, and I've been pulled up on a few things. So my daughter went to Paris, which I talked about. She brought me back, bless her, an amazing present. She brought me back this awesome Star Wars drinking mug for my tea, from
Nice.
Hyperspace Mountain. It's got this really cool graphic on it. It's rad.
Okay.
I don't know if I mentioned that or not last week, but I feel like I needed to because I thought that was lovely. She was out on a trip with her friends, her school friends, and she thought about her dad and thought she saw this Star Wars mug, thought of me.
Hell yeah.
That was rad.
This is the way.
And also, I forgot to mention, I recently received a belated birthday present from Mr. Andy Bell. So when we met up recently for the toy fair in Birmingham, Andy gave me a little birthday present, belated birthday present, and continuing the theme of gifts that have been distributed to the UK contingent of the Scruffies. As we all remember, he got Kev earlier this year his much what would you say it is, Andy? What would you say?
Coveted,
yes, the much coveted and sought after, chased after, and missed out on many times. He got him the Bodhi Rook cargo pilot. He got him the Riz Ahmed signature.
Just like superimpose his picture over his face over.
So Andy kindly gifted me, and I think this is on the back of our rad Phantom Menace viewing.
It was day after
earlier this year. It's got me living legend Brian Blessed's signature on a sick photo of the Boss Nass, and it says,
"Shit,
me's like this." So that's rad, mate. Thank you very much, Andy.
That's really cool.
I got that. I ordered that literally the day, if not, no, it was the day after day I got home after seeing Phantom Menace with you guys.
Sick.
Because I had such a laugh. I had such a laugh with you guys watching that film because none of us were taking it seriously, and yet we could quote it. We could quote it all the way through, and it was just good. It's a good night. It's a really, really good night, and all the Gungans. I mean, you were all over the Gungans. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything from your favourite captain. But I saw that and I thought that's for him. It's his birthday coming up soon. Anyway, no, you're more than welcome, mate. More than welcome.
Excellent. I'm not a signature collector at all, but I'm so pleased that
I don't care.
From the,
I don't care.
Let me finish. Fucking southern prick. I'm so glad it's of a ridiculous character from the best Star Wars film, The Phantom Menace, because we all know it's talked about much on this podcast. I collect a lot of shit that I don't need in my life, and a lot of it comes from The Phantom Menace. So thank you very much, Andy. That will now move into my cabinet, which I was going to get to, but I might as well talk about it now. So this week I've had a week off work, which I'll get to. What are you laughing at, prick?
You southern prick.
You southern bastard.
I fucking love you, twat.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. So yeah, I've had a week off work. Been off with the kids. I should have been in Turkey this week, but we cancelled it because next year's going to be expensive. Sure. We're just saving a bit of money for next year. So we've been up to all sorts of stuff, but we had a day of rest in the middle of the week, and on that day, I recently put one of my old Detolf IKEA glass cabinets back into my office, and my room's just got that out of control with shit that I've purchased recently that I've probably talked about the past few months on the pod, that I organised this new Detolf, and it's got a shelf for different things, and the one of the shelves is for gifts, so it's like all the things that more often than not that people give me that I can't get rid of because they're gifts. I've got a lot of C-3PO shit that people have given me over the years.
Yeah, you're just fucking stuck with it, pal.
But it lives in a cabinet, and they're the collectibles that I love. Do you know what I mean? So this will move into that section, Andy.
Nice.
Which is rad.
Nice. Along with
next
the shit
to all
you really
the 3PO
don't want.
stuff, though.
Along with it, like I've got my I've got the 40th anniversary Luke Skywalker Black Series figure. I'm not a Black Series guy at all, but Dallas gave me that as a present, a very expensive present. And Dallas gave me that to say thank you for all the work I did for Bad Motivators over the years. So that sits in there. And there's other bits and bobs in there, some 3PO shit and the tumbler the whiskey glass that Ed got me recently. Anyway, I'm waffling, aren't I? Yes.
No, you're not. That's a great Scotch glass.
It's rad, isn't it, mate? Yeah, we've all got. I love the fact that we've all four of us have got one. That's rad.
It's ideal. It's ideal.
Really cool.
I use it quite often. Actually, I drink quite a lot from it.
I'm not a spirit drinker at all. I do like a bit of rum, but I will definitely drink from it one day. But yeah, I've got a section at the top for stuff that I've worked on, customs or stuff that I've made that I'm quite proud of, or stuff that's in development that we'll talk about at some point. And then I've got my hot toys on one shelf, my old Boba and my old Mando. That's sick, with my Return of the Jedi vinyl at the back. And then I've got a shelf that's got loads of random vintage crap from the 80s and 90s, like Mad Balls and shit, which is cool. And then my gift shelf. So that's pretty rad, organising that. But speaking of shit that I don't need, I got some messages last week saying, what did you get? We talked about the horror con that me and Kev went to, but I didn't say what I picked up. So quickly, I did.
Spooky season.
We talked about it wasn't that great, but I did actually. This is me, innit? I can't go to a con and not come out with anything. I obviously walked away with loads of shit I didn't need. So I picked up a shit ton of I bought 4 t-shirts.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I got
which ones?
there's this rad company in the UK called Last T-Shirt on the Left, which is mainly horror based stuff. And I got a commando themed t-shirt that's got a drawing of Bennett on it with the pipe sticking through him. And it's got this big speech bubble that says, "Let off some steam, Bennett."
No shit. Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
It's great. And then
Nice.
the artist that did, I don't know what the artist's name is, but he also did a RoboCop themed t-shirt, but it's the guy. I've actually got the Super 7 figure of it because it's one of my favorite bits in the film. It's the guy who's part of the goons, like the bad guys gang, who gets covered in toxic waste, and and he's like walking along, and it's got him on it, but it's like it cuts off at his torso, and all his guts are hanging down, but his guts spell out "Help me," like he says in the film. So that's pretty rad. Not one to wear on the school pickup or the PTA meetings or
parent teacher conferences.
Yes, mate. I got a They Live t-shirt, which is sick, and I got a House of 1,000 Corpses shirt, Rob Zombie's House of 1,000 Corpses, who I found out today is from Haverhill.
Haverhill.
No way.
Yeah. So I messaged Emily straight away, and I was like, "Holy shit! Fucking! Did you know that Rob Zombie's from Haverhill?" Obviously, we all know that's where the wedding's going to be next year.
Indeed.
And she was like, "Oh, that's rad." I was like, "Yeah, I'm now coming dressed as Rob Zombie to the wedding."
Perfect.
How did she take that?
She just said perfect. So that sounds like a green light to me. Yeah, I've not told Kev yet, but he's going to dress as Sherry Moon Zombie, Rob's wife, and I'm going to be Rob Zombie. So that's going to be sick.
That's perfect.
Yeah?
Perfect.
Happy days. I also got a giant.
All of Emily's family.
Yeah.
A lovely wedding. Who married who? Sorry.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
Can you imagine
Who
if I
actually
did
got married?
turn up as Rob Zombie with fucking massive dreadlocks and like crazy. Well, he wears some mad clothes, doesn't he?
I'd be
But
pretty
just turn up,
legendary.
and I'm like meeting Emily's folks. Hi, how you doing? What a dick.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
from the north.
Yeah, so that was cool. What am I talking about? Shit that I picked up that I don't need. Yes, I got a do you know Critters? I fucking look. It's one of my favorites. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I got this big giant cushion that's a critter, like a shaped cushion. Obviously, I needed that in my life, didn't I? Fucking.
Wait, how big is this thing?
Where's that going?
Like a pillow?
It's on my shelf already. Right. I'm gonna steal from another podcast, and I'm gonna say, "Talk amongst yourselves, people."
Hey.
Well, he goes and pulls this thing down. I know. I gotta. We need to like find a 3D 360 camera of his room.
Oh, hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly. That's brilliant.
Wow.
Little cushion.
That is brilliant.
It's rad, isn't it?
That thing. It's beautiful.
And then I don't know if you can see up there. Oh, fucking, what do I need this for?
We are for our visual media.
I got a Wolfman popcorn candy bucket, whatever you want to call it.
Love
Why
that.
didn't I need that in my life? But I got it anyway.
Yep.
We've always got one now, if you ever need it.
Yeah, if you need like that BYOB Wolfman they'll have Wolfman at the theater, you know what I mean? You can bring the Wolfman popcorn bucket.
Well, Jackson saw it and he was like, "Oh, can I go trick-or-treating with that?" And I was like,
Hell no.
No, that's going to sit on my shelf, son, and you can go trick-or-treating with the plain black one that we have. Yes.
Yeah.
Go on, Andy.
Which reminds me, haven't you got plans for this week?
What do you mean?
As in going to the cinema, going to the theatre. Haven't you got plans this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to
Sorry. Wait. Whoa, where you are?
What else?
In the weave.
Oh, I got some little mini prints as well. So I got an Evil Dead
Nice.
2 one, a Critters one. That's a common theme at the minute, and a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch one. So they're already up on the wall. So yeah, more shit that I didn't need. But yeah, as I've alluded to,
perfect.
I've had a week off work this week.
Love that.
It's been proper awesome, super relaxing time with the fam.
Yes.
Isn't it rad, mate, when you just like do cool shit with your family and you've got no stresses about work and
Right?
just chill out and spend time together?
Yep.
No decorating?
No, I've not done any decorate. Andy, mate, she loved the bedroom.
I bet she did.
She fucking loved
I
it.
bet she did.
Yeah.
You might want to.
People don't know.
Did
Yeah,
Jimmy
people don't know
I'm
what I'm talking about.
I know. I was
Yeah,
like, you
okay.
like the bedroom? What the fuck we talking about here?
Sorry, guys. That was like inside. Yeah. While Anya was in Paris, I redecorated her bedroom and did it all up for her. So it was long overdue. And when she got back,
That's
Andy
cool.
knows this because when Andy and Ed arrived at my house, I was still finishing it off. And the first thing I made them do was, right, we're going to do a beer run, but before we go and get beer, we're going to go to the framing shop and pick loads of frames up for these K-pop posters that I need to put up on Anya's wall.
Oh man, K-pop.
So-
Here we go.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, Jimmy. Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah. So yeah, we've had a week off, and instead of being in sunny Turkey, we've just been doing the odd day trip and that like. So
Yeah.
on, I think the first day we went pumpkin picking at a local farm near us. I say local, it's about 35, 40 minutes away.
Nice. Perfect.
Every year they open it up, massive field full of pumpkins, and have little tractor rides on, and there's a little ghost trail in the woods and stuff like that the kids love.
Oh yeah. Not unlike the little pumpkin patches we have up here with the similar similar activities. You got any like hot apple cider, hot toddies?
Yes, mate. They've got apple cider on the go and
Little
cooking
donuts,
burgers and things like
something.
that. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, toffee
Fuck yeah.
apples.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
toffee apples. Yep.
So we split up into two groups. It was me and Anya. Shell and Jax went off. Me and Anya stuck together, and we're like, right, we've both got a wheelbarrow each. And then when we met back up, we're like, right, we'd got 5 in our barrow. They got 6, and I was like, right, take one out. They're all different sizes and shapes and various colours. Take one out, and we'll go through the checkout separately. And whoever is the cheapest, you're the winners for the day.
Oh, because it goes by weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Anya were the most expensive, so we lost the pumpkin challenge.
Nah, but
But
you
that's
got the
all
biggest
good.
one.
I did get the biggest one, mate. It's sat on the front porch at the minute, looking all rad.
When do you carve
Ready
it?
for Thursday. I've not actually carved mine this year. Jackson and Michelle have done theirs, and we've had to dispose of a few of them already. They've already rotted.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
So-
that time.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll actually get around to carving mine, but that's all good.
Yeah.
Still looks cool as it is.
Yeah, it's that time of the season.
But yeah, I just love this time of year. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about like when you walk outside and there's just a smell in that, like that autumn smell,
right? It's
crispness.
fresh.
Yeah, mate.
It's bright.
My dog walks in the morning. If it's not raining, they're fucking great, mate. You know?
Yeah,
Oh.
dude. Big time.
It's still
Big
dark.
time.
The sun's just coming up by the time I
Yep.
get out.
Clouds look
leaves everywhere.
beautiful. Usually
Yeah.
got a good, nice sky on that.
Fantastic.
I live for
Absolutely
those
brilliant.
mornings, man. Big time.
I mean that for me is all about Halloween. I mean I love Halloween probably more than I do like Christmas, despite it Christmas in the UK being such a big thing.
My wife does, for sure.
But it is the start, isn't it, of the holiday season? It feels like
Yes,
there's
mate.
something good going on, and it's this that the universe is becoming aligned again, and you've now got these 3 crazy months before the new year, or sorry, 2 crazy months before the new year, and I love this time of year, man. It's my favorite time of year, and typically in the UK, it's crisp, it's cold, but it's bright.
Yeah.
It's really, really bright as well, and it's like I can take the cold any day of the week. It's the rain that kind of drags my mood down. No, it's great. I love it, absolutely love it.
Yeah, no, it is nice. I mean, as you say, the beginning of the Christmas season or whatever. I was just at Lowe's. I don't know what you guys have for your wherever you get like lumber, lights, hardware
B&Q,
stores,
mate. That would be around
B&Q. Okay. And I was just there, and I walk in the front door, and it's like, Christmas is here.
Yeah,
like Mariah Carey is literally thawing. You know what I mean? Like right in front of me. It was It's just like it's a lot right now. It's like, God damn, we haven't even gotten to Halloween yet. Like, simmer down. I mean, I don't mind not having the. I mean, I love having the eggnog in the store, but you know,
you're a big eggnog guy, aren't you, Jimmy? You love that
time,
shit.
Big time. I don't really make it myself. I can cheap out on that, but there's a certain local brand where I am that makes it every year, and it's just like that Hood golden eggnog. It's the best shit.
So it's okay to buy it in. It's all right to buy it in. It's all right to buy a brand in, because I actually quite like eggnog.
Yeah.
But I've never ever I've never had the inclination to make it myself, and so I always feel a bit dirty by buying an off the shelf brand. It's okay, is it?
Yeah, it's for me. Between you and I, we're a peach. It's totally fine. Like it's just good. Like you have if you I have a brand loyalty to a certain one that's just like extra creamy, extra thick, extra like blood thickening, and it just hits just right with a couple of shots of Chivas. You know.
What's your brand, mate? What is it?
It's called Hood, Hood. I'll send you a picture of the label next time I see it.
Confession time. Never drank eggnog in my life. Silence.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? I was going into a conniption there, a sneezing conniption. But, I couldn't believe myself.
Mate. I've never had it. I didn't even know it was a thing in the UK, Andy. But obviously, you Southerners have it. Posh bastards.
Oh, mate. Well, mate, I'm finding you've already seen on you might have seen on Discord. I'm already getting stuff from the north as well down here. Did you see that?
What you got, mate? What you got?
Oh, and for the record, real quick, I am starting to check like Discord more. Yeah, I am a little better about that. Outside of my once every 4 weeks.
So, Jimmy, we're going off at a bit of a tangent, but I guess that's
love that. Go to weed.
That's that's the norm. So, Chris,
it's my week. Here, it's my week, mate. It's tradition round here.
Right. So if
you
remember,
talk about whatever,
you introduced me to Henderson's.
Endo's, mate. Yes, Henderson's relish.
Yeah, you can get it down south.
Oh, can you, mate? Have you got some? Nice.
Yeah, got some. Sent you a message on Discord. Got it in the wild. In the
strong and northern. What the hell is it? Like a sauce?
Basically, it's like a. Do you know what brown sauce is in the UK? Brown sauce.
Yeah, it's like is that like HP?
HP. Yeah. But what these guys do up north is they turn it into a bit of a liquid, so it's more like a sauce than a ketchup. It's more like a sauce than a ketchup.
I like that. It's more liquidy.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I like that. It is. I'm already a big fan of brown sauce. And then Chris made
splashing on some steak before you know.
Yeah. But Chris, when I was up north, when I was with Chris, he made me the breakfast of champions. He made a cooked breakfast that morning. It was really, really good. And he introduced me to Henderson's. He said, "You're not going to find that down south. This is, it's almost banned. It's almost banned down south because we won't let you have it." Anyway, point being is I found it in the wild down south, which may well be a prelude to invasion. I'm not sure yet, but we have
war.
Yeah, but we have it in the south, and it's been bought in the Bell household, and so far so good, mate. I made.
Has she tried it yet?
Not only has she tried it, but my youngest daughter was back for the weekend as well. Went back home today. They both had it. excuse me, mate. They both had eggs this morning and loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Nice.
Oh, that's good then. I've got something to fall back on because I was thinking earlier when you were talking about Ed and Lucy getting on really well. I was thinking, I wonder what she'd make of me.
Oh, you're right. No.
I realise I'm an acquired taste.
Yeah, that goes without saying. But there are two things that you have introduced to our family. One is she only buys Yorkshire now.
The curiosity of the ISB.
Good girl.
Because
is it gold? Is it just normal or Yorkshire Gold, mate? Insane.
We dabble depending on what we can get our hands on. Yorkshire's expensive. Gold's expensive, mate.
I buy it in bulk, mate.
Oh, do you? Oh, well,
yeah, mate.
Smart man.
5 boxes, 20 quid, mate. Amazon.
Gotcha. But yeah, she's converted to PG. Did something funky about a year ago with their taste, and she was always a PG girl. And I convinced her to move to Yorkshire. She's gone to Yorkshire. Never looked back. Never ever looked back.
All right.
She's even. Actually, on that point, she started bringing Yorkshire in bags with us in our suitcase when we go on holiday.
Yes, mate.
Never ever did that. We never ever did that as a family, ever. So she brings PG now in a plastic bag in a suitcase whenever we go anywhere in the world.
I love
yes,
and
mate.
then lastly, yeah, Henderson's. It's a new thing. It's a revolution, mate, going on down here. So I may have to divorce her at some point, but yeah, at the moment you're having a positive impact.
Love it,
at
mate.
the moment.
Love it.
That could change.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's not met me, has she? Do you know what I mean?
No.
So
No.
That could change drastically.
No. Yeah.
Ed's a bit more house trained than I am, isn't he? So we'll see.
Is he though?
I don't know.
He didn't bring the right sneakers. How far can you really trust him?
Needed his muck boots. Anyway, we've digressed, haven't we? Talking about what were we talking about?
You talk about your week in Star Wars.
That was rad, mate. Yeah, fucking Star Wars is sick, innit, mate? I've been up to some right Star Wars shit. On Tuesday, we went to Alton Towers. Are you familiar with Alton Towers, Andy?
I am indeed.
I am not.
Good lad. So I talked about this years ago. We went as a family. We've been loads, but I did talk about it once on a podcast, and I got fucking ridiculed by Brittany Brown and Emily Lind because they researched Alton Towers and said it looked like a piece of shit. Well, fuck you, Canto Bite bitches. Alton Towers is rad. I don't give a shit how good your fucking theme parks are in US. We've got Alton Towers. I go with my family, and my kids fucking love it, and it's ace.
Okay.
And it was it's spooky season at the minute, so it's got the Halloween Horror Nights shit going on.
It's got rides
really good.
like the Spinball Wizard.
Yeah, I don't mean any of that. Obviously, love you girls. You're ace. Can't wait to be at your wedding. Spend
the
time with you next.
Octonauts roller coaster adventure.
Yeah, mate. It's got CBeebies Land for little ones, so it's got all the little bits for kids. But yeah, I used to be a mad theme park guy when I was younger and love rides. The last time I went, I got really queasy, so I was a bit nervous this time. But I did go on some Big Bad Boys with Anya. She loves it. She's mad into it. But yeah, I went on some rides. We had a sick day out there. It was awesome.
You didn't black out?
I did not black out.
I definitely almost did this summer. I did the same thing. I was
really?
like, it's been a while. It's like, oh man. Anyway,
I went on one called Rita, which I believe is the fastest roller coaster in Europe, and it goes from 0 to 60 in 0.2 seconds.
0 to 60. That's 0 to 60.
Yeah.
In 0.2 seconds. Wow.
It like the G-force is in. I've never experienced anything like it. It just like bang, 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 and it's insane. It don't last very long. It's like 15 seconds, but it's
metal, wood,
metal, mate. They're all metal.
Oh,
no wooden shit. But yeah,
nice.
It was good. But yeah, it was good. We had a wicked time. Like I say, we had a day of rest. Took the dog out on some lovely walks. And then we spent a day in Lincoln. You ever been to Lincoln, Andy?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only like
Spalding. It's an arse to get to for us, but yeah,
is it?
I've been up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
A place like Spalding and the rest of it.
Oh, Lincoln, city of Lincoln.
Not
No,
stinking Lincoln.
No, sorry.
No.
I think you meant Lincolnshire. Sorry, Lincolnshire.
Wait.
No, I've never been to the city. Never been to the city.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I've never been either, mate, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's really old town. Some proper like Harry Potter buildings in there. Looks mad as fuck. Like some of it looks like Diagon Alley, mate. It's crazy.
I love that.
But we went to the cathedral. Lincoln Cathedral's one of the oldest cathedrals in the UK, and it's massive as well. Proper crazy. I was in there, and I was just like sat thinking, like, I bet there's some mad shit gone down in here, because I was looking at reading all the dates and stuff like on the wall, and it's like this minister or this reverend like ruled from like 1746 to whatever, and I'm like, that's mad. 1746, and
the building's still there.
Yeah, mate, and it's
cool.
I was reading it. It costs £650 an hour to keep it going.
What, £650 an hour?
An hour, yeah. English pounds, mate.
Yeah,
English sterling to keep it going, because it's that like to keep all the lights on and everything, and it's a functioning cathedral, so it's not just like a. You can go in, you can pay to go in it and have a wander around, but there's prayer, 12. I think it was 12 midday, 3 p.m. and then 5 p.m. So it's like it's a working, living church.
So it gets a lot of foot traffic regardless, as well as trying to maintain the historical integrity of its build and all that. Anything historical costs a lot of money to maintain, for sure.
But yeah, it was fascinating. I was like
love that.
I was like looking around, and I was thinking, there's some mad shit gone down in here, mate, over years. You know what I mean? The conversations and the decisions and shit that's been made.
Yeah,
I bet there's some dodgy bastards have been in there as well, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. Well, I was going to say, to be a fly on the wall, you know?
Yeah, mate. Some of that secret shit that goes... Secrets... Yep. What? Go on, Andy. Go on.
Human sacrifices. I was going to say,
it's quite a while away from you, isn't it? It's a lot further north than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half from us.
I thought it was like on the border of Norfolk and the rest of it, but it's a lot further north. It's like on the way to Hull.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Good God. No, never been.
It's good.
Never been, mate.
It's a great day out, and obviously it's spooky season, which seems to be the theme. And all around the city, on the tops of buildings, there were these giant inflatable monsters.
Wicked.
Look, I'll send you some photos, but they were just dotted around the city, and they looked so cool. Like on the skyline, all these different monsters just like hanging on top of the buildings, and you had to there was a trail to go around and find them all. That was rad, mate. Absolutely rad. So yeah, we've had a really cool, relaxing week. Loads of Star Wars stuff. As you can tell, love Star Wars, mate.
This is the way.
This is the way, mate. I've talked about my hot toys. What more do you want? Got my Mando and my Boba.
Hey, I'm in that hot toy club. Do you have a hot toy, Andy?
No. You guys were trying to convince me to get the Balin hot toy. I refused.
Oh my God! It's your fucking twin.
I stood fast, mate. I stood fast, and I haven't divulged. I can't, mate. I'm going to Japan. That's my.
You're right. You can get it. You can get it there.
Yep. Yeah, mate. You can get one there.
You can get it there.
Well, the thing is, mate. Andy's a Wookiee collector, isn't he? You got a Chewbacca Focus, and
you seen the new one?
I've not seen the new one, but
yeah, there's a new Empire hot toy with him and.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, your
I've
best
never
mate
been that
Anthony on the
impressed with
back.
any. I've never been that
Nah,
impressed with
doesn't
any
look
of the
good.
Wookiees
Doesn't look that
they've
good.
ever made.
Doesn't look that good.
No.
But
Man, that Balin skull though, I don't know. I could be convinced on that one. That's pretty.
Jimmy's down, mate. Now he's down. He's down that rabbit hole, mate. He
I'm
loves it.
literally looking at it right now. It's like, man, that's just beautiful.
So I've got I've got those two, but I've also got a Jawa as well, and it was a double pack. So it was a Jawa and a Gonk droid together.
Oh, nice.
So they were. I always forget that I've
And
got
both of them together equal one.
Yeah. Yes. No, I've got 4. Let's say I've got 4.
There you go.
Flexing
There you
on
go.
the hot toys. Emily's got loads though. She put them in the.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, she's got a
Yeah.
whole bunch
Discord
there.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I do, when I
Yeah.
come, when I eventually make my pilgrimage, I'll bring my hot toy with me. We can do little pictures, stage them together and stuff, man. Really cool.
We can play with my toys. It's gonna be red.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this one's the newest one. Yeah, it's got like pretty clean white uniform. Anyway,
But yeah, back to work tomorrow. Not looking forward to that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, great week off. Loved spending time with the fam. Spending time with the kids. Just been great. Me and Jax have laughed. I had been gostering at some stuff this week. It's been awesome. But me and Michelle this month have been watching.
Sorry, can I interrupt?
Yes, mate.
Can I interrupt a second?
Don't ever
Why
say
not, mate?
sorry.
Your
Just
son,
interrupt.
It's
son.
my week, mate. So go for it.
No. But I just want to. I want to compliment you as a parent. Your son is the funniest kid I have met for many, many years. He is.
Oh, thank you.
He is a 60-year-old in a 10-year-old body.
That's why he gets on with Kev so much.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Honestly, Jimmy, watching Jackson interact with his dad is the funniest thing you've ever seen, because this young man is so goddamn eloquent. It's like, father. it's just insane. It's like Chris will say, what do you want to eat? It's like, let me think about that, father. Or what do you want? If you come out with us, I'll buy you some Pokemon cards. Would you be all right with that? It's like, well, yes, but father, how many? How many Pokemon? He's already negotiating with his dad, and this kid is a delight just to watch engaging with his dad, and then you get someone like Kev interacting with him, and they share the same brain. They just share the same brain, and seeing them together, it's like, oh my god, these are like, it's almost like you share the same DNA because you're identical. They're so
funny.
close. They're so tight. It's really, really funny, but also quite endearing as well. It's sorry. I just want to get that off my chest. I have not laughed. The majority of the laughing that I had that weekend I spent with you guys was just watching your son chew the fat with your best mate, and also your engagement with him as well. Because I tell you what, he's a smart kid and he knows exactly what he wants in life.
Good for him. Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
cheers, mate. That's really cool. I took him to Kev's earlier today. We had to. I've had a bit of a nightmare trying to get Jackson a outfit for Halloween to go trick or treating in. He's desperate to go as Michael Myers, which obviously I want to endorse. I'd love my son to dress up as a serial killer. That's fantastic. Someone who takes great delight in stabbing people to death. So yeah, obviously I'm all down for that. But we've struggled to find a kid's one that will fit him. And then we went off in another route, and it was going to be something else. And then they sold out of that. And then yesterday it dawned on me that Kev has got a cheap Michael Myers mask. So I messaged him and I was like, "Oh, dude, can we pop over and see if it fits? See if I can just fashion it to make him fit, and then So we popped over this morning. I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, I do. Yes. So this is on the back of your comment of Kev and Jackson having the same brain. So stood there, tried the mask on, everything fits, wicked. Jackson's going to be Michael Myers for Halloween. I couldn't be prouder, to be honest. We'll get to that. Quite a fan of Michael and that franchise. Anyway, so I'm just stood talking with Kev. Jackson stood in front of me, and he like crouches down on the floor and rips the loudest fart like I've heard him ever rip. And I thought it was fake. I thought it was just like, and I said to him, "Oh, don't. That's really rude, Jackson. Don't do that while I'm talking to Kev." And he just carried on talking to Kev. And then the smell crept up and hit me, and I was like, "That was that was real, wasn't it?" And he was like, "Yeah." And Kev jumped up, dead excited, and was like, "Was that a real fart?" And I was like, "I'm mortified."
Oh!
And Kev's like, "Nice one, Jax. That was a proper ripper." And he's like almost like shaking his hand, like congratulating on him because he's done this like mega fart. But yeah, they are literally the same.
They are. And in fact, when you said you went over to Kev's place to find a costume, I thought your son was going as Kev during as Halloween. Not going as Michael Myers, but going as Kev.
I think I'd rather have a miniature Michael Myers knock on my door and say trick or treat than a miniature Kev knock on my door. So yeah, that's probably less scary,
less terrifying.
So
Kev's not miniature; he's tall bastard.
Yeah, he is. Sticking with the Halloween spooky theme, me and Michelle have been watching a shit ton of horror films this spooky season, and particularly this week because we've had all the free time. We've been watching a lot of stuff we've rinsed through. So I've just got a little list here of bits that we have been watching, and then I thought this could open up the floor because I've talked about this before. I love the genre of horror. There's certain films that I'm not mad into. I tend to like the gorier, funnier ones rather than the more realistic, spooky ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up. I had an uncle, still have an uncle. That it's the more and more I think about this, the more it makes sense the way I've turned out that I am. But I've got an uncle that showed me films like from the age of 10 upwards that I should not have been watching. And these are films that like Michelle's never seen and stuff, like classics from the 80s. So we've been blasting through them all. So this week we've watched Critters. I absolutely adore Critters. Talked about that. Ghoulies. Have you guys ever seen Ghoulies?
Nope.
No.
1984
Ghoulies. Okay, all right.
It's not very good at all. The sequel, Ghoulies 2, is much better than the original.
Oh, it's the one where he comes up with the toilet.
Yes, mate. Yes. So I think it's like it's around the same time as Critters, where it's like these little things. There's a film called The Gate that's got like similar little creatures in it. But yeah, we watched Ghoulies this week. Fright Night. Have you seen that?
Yes.
I've seen Fright Night.
Yes.
You're slang for testicles.
The original.
Yes, mate. The original Fright
Night. Not the remake. Okay.
I didn't know there was a remake until
there is a remake. Yeah.
I went on IMDb to look for something.
Yeah.
To do with the one we were watching, and I was like, "Wait a minute, there's a and I'm quite intrigued to watch it because it's got the guy that plays Chekhov in the latest. The guy that's sadly died.
Oh,
Anton. Yeah. Anton. Yeah. He plays the main character, and David Tennant plays the Peter Cushing character, who's not. I'm bouncing all over the place here. There's a character in the original film who's called. What's he called? Peter Price, I think his name is. He's
Yeah,
obviously
it is.
he's based on Peter Cushing's characters in the Hammer horror movies. He's very much a Van Helsing, a comedy version of that. But
Well,
Fright Night's rad, mate.
Isn't he in the original Fright Night? Isn't he a TV presenter? He's meant to be a little bit like Vincent Price. Yeah, he's meant to be like Vincent Price. Yeah,
well, it's like a mashup of like Peter Cushing and Vincent Price.
Yeah. No, it's the best. The original is the best.
Yeah, it's really good. And I'd forgot because a big thing for horror for me is prosthetics and like physical, like special effects.
The appendages.
Yeah, I just love it. And I totally forgot. There's an amazing scene where this guy turns into a wolf and he gets staked. And then you see him, after he's been staked, transforming back into his human form. And it's fucking awesome. Like,
turns into Gumby for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, it's so sick. It's really cool. Yeah. So Fright Night, we loved that. We watched House of 1,000 Corpses on the Rob Zombie's first film. We also watched 3 from Hell, which is the third film in that trilogy, with Devil's Rejects being the middle one, which is the best one. Okay. 3 from Hell wasn't that good. I was a little bit disappointed. We watched... What did we watch? Last night, we watched Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors, yeah.
Miles ahead of all the other... Well, I don't know, the first ones. Anyway, it's my favourite Nightmare on Elm Street film. And it might be... I was thinking about this last night. It might be my second favourite Halloween film. I mean, horror film.
Okay. All right.
With Halloween being my favourite horror film.
Josh.
But this week, we've also watched Halloween Ends, which is the last film in the latest Halloween trilogy, which I never saw when it came out. Everyone shat on it. I can understand why they shat on it. I still quite enjoyed it. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis in. I'll watch anything with Jamie Lee Curtis in. I think she's an absolute queen. Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Nice.
It was fine. But yes, as Andy alluded to earlier, this Thursday, I'm very, very excited. Me and Kev are going to an exclusive screening of the original John Carpenter's Halloween at the cinema on Halloween.
Oh,
so we're very, very excited about that.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's one of my favorite films of all time, and got the T-shirt on right now.
Yeah, beautiful. How far away is the cinema?
That's going to be rad. It's up in Sheffield, so it's like 40 minutes away.
Nice.
So
it'll be whole thing. Go to the pub beforehand, grab dinner or whatever.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm at work on Thursday, and then I've got to get back and get the kids dressed. I've got to take Michael out for a little bit and get him trick or treating. Mini Michael.
Oh,
how
I
sick's
was
that
like,
gonna
Michael.
be?
I was like, who the fuck's? Oh, right. Yeah.
Michael.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got we're gonna watch a few more this week. I watched The Fog as well last night. Well, I watched half The Fog last night and half of it this afternoon. Finished it off. John Carpenter's The Fog, which was cool. That was pretty cool. I'd never seen that before. I'm trying to work my way through all of Carpenter's films. It's weird. I've talked about this with Kev. Like, Halloween's one of my favorite films ever, and I love John Carpenter's music. I've got a lot of his albums on vinyl. But it's dawned on me within the past year or so how many of his films I've not actually seen. So I'm trying to work my way through them.
Escape from New York yet? Because when we spoke a couple of weeks back, you said I hadn't seen it.
It's on the list. So I bought.
Excellent.
I got like in a 3 for $20 deal. The Thing, The Fog, and Escape from New York. So I've watched The Thing and The Fog, and Escape from New York's next.
The Thing with
But it's
Kurt
not-
Russell.
Yes, mate.
Yes.
How good, mate.
Fucking that's
Unbelievable.
top 10 horror film for me, man.
Yes.
Number one
Is that
for Andy
number
Bell.
one for
Yeah,
you, Andy?
hell yeah.
Number one, and we saw it this week. If you're open to
Horror.
expand the no. If you want to expand the conversation, I still want to make sure you get your chance to talk about your week. But yeah,
No, go for it, mate. Yeah.
Number one, The Thing every time, and you could argue
Really?
it's sci-fi. You could argue it's horror, but for me, The Thing landed at a time for me, the right time, the right place. I should not have seen it the age that I saw it. And it frightened the living shit out of me. And yeah, some of the, I mean, you know, when the spider head, you know, spider head scene, it's like the age I was at, traumatized, mate. Loved it, absolutely loved it.
I'm gonna be talking to somebody about this later in life.
Actually, exactly.
Yeah.
If you think about my generation, the my first dipping my toe in the water of horror or Halloween was Poltergeist. Poltergeist was seen as quite, it still is quite low key, but good God, for the age that, bearing in mind it's still a PG in the UK, it's quite terrifying what was going on, and that kid, you know, they're here. It was quite, and then you get, you know, 5-10 years later, we're in the 80s, you know, we've got late 80s, sorry, and we've got the likes of Fright Night, to your point, or The Lost Boys, and it's kind of like a little bit more, it's a little bit more groovy, it's a little bit more sexy. It kind of still resonated with me because it was the right time again, the right time, the right place when I was getting into the opposite sex and the rest of it. And then later on, you start looking at the stuff like, I mean, Blair Witch for me was amazing.
Yeah,
Blair Witch,
I love that, mate. When that came out,
the age that came out was, again, I've been very fortuitous in that stuff has landed the right time for me at a certain age, which resonated with me at that moment in time. And Blair Witch was like,
I watched that. Fuck.
I mean, oh, dude. I mean, I crap myself when that came out, but it was the right. I mean, it was the first of the, and there's been subsequent Me Too since. You know, there's been loads and loads and loads of copies since, like Cloverfield and the rest of it. The idea of found footage, but at the time, and the whole marketing gig around it as well.
Yeah,
phenomenal,
so it's brilliant.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Brilliant.
You know, this is true. But when I come down to it, there are a couple of films that I really, really love, and I'll always go back to. And some of them ain't so great, but I love them for some reason.
Yep.
And the first, my number one all time ever is The Thing, and a lot of that is down to Kurt. A lot of that's actually Wilford Brimley. You know, the whole
Wilford Brimley Blair.
cast.
Yeah.
Oh my good God! I mean, the whole
cast
premise behind that was absolutely superb, and the fact that it's probably the first time I've seen a film with no conclusion at the end. Are they? Aren't they? Are they? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Which, if you played the video game afterwards, you realise what happened there. But anyway, tried the Jimmy. I don't know if you tried the prequel that came out. What was it? 2011. There's a prequel that came out called The Thing.
That's on my.
The Thing.
I don't know
That's
if you
on
watched
Blu-ray that I got.
Yeah.
Worth watching, mate. Worth watching.
Yeah.
You know, really good effort. Really, really good effort. It will come anywhere near the original.
Is it practical effects, mate, or is it CGI shit?
Bit of CGI in there, which
is it? Yeah.
And we're talking early CGI as well, so it's not.
Yeah, because it's 2011. It wasn't that great.
It's not great.
Budget was 38 million, and they only got 31 million back.
Yeah, it didn't do too well. And the other one that I think you would like an awful lot. I think you'd like an awful lot, Chris. Is a British film called Dog Soldiers. Have you ever heard Dog Soldiers?
Mate, I hope I give you the fucking shits. What a film, mate. What a fucking film. I love it. Absolutely
Good.
brilliant.
Good. Okay. All right. So you like it? Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say that's another one of those really really low budget British film. Um, uh, really in many ways really crap, but so crap it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Love it.
See,
Sean Pertwee.
that's my kind of horror, Andy. That's like
Exactly. I was about to say that is exactly that is completely my wheelhouse. All that kind of stuff I've just talked about is completely my wheelhouse. What isn't my wheelhouse is The Shining.
Yeah.
What isn't my wheelhouse is
I can hear
the
Emily
Omen.
screaming right now. If she's made it this
No.
far.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's different strokes for different folks, right? That's why we're all different. But the point being is that the psychological really doesn't do good. My mind grapes don't do very well over Omen. Omen, I watched it and it was one of those films. I'm really glad I watched it, but I'll never go back to it. Ever go back to it. 2 and 3 and everything else and all the spin-off stuff. It's kind of like it's relatively tame in comparison, but the originals, good God, do they scare the crap out of me? And I'm not. It's not my thing. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
That's Paranormal Activity for me.
Yeah, mate. I'm not into that shit.
I hate the jump scare, like looking at from a baby monitor thing. It's like, is that like a set of eyes? And they just like,
'cause that's real, mate. You know what I mean? That shit, like, I want to see some fucking dude in a mask chasing people around, or like visiting people in their dreams, or little spiky creatures coming down from outer space, mate, and trying to eat people's balls and shit.
yeah, I don't need the nightmare fuel. Yeah, I don't need the nightmare fuel. Pure nightmare fuel. Like, no way.
Excellent. Of course, one of the classics, American Werewolf in London.
Mate, it's a top 5 for me. It's a top 5.
Always.
What about Event Horizon?
Oh, mate, that's messed up, mate.
You know that.
Have you seen
that's a horror.
Yeah, it definitely is a horror. Have you seen the unedited version or the director's cut version of that?
Yeah.
Mate,
we watched that also when we watched that also when it first came out. What was it? 90? Let's see. Oh yeah, 97. Yeah. Yikes. Yeah. We had a mom that would rent us R-rated movies. And so when it came out on VHS, we just like, all right, let's go watch this shit. Oh my God. Dr. Weir.
Mate. Yeah, Sam Neill, mate. There's that bit where he's got no fucking eyes, isn't he? And it's like, yeah, I'm not into that.
It's got my favorite and one of the most quotable quotes of that entire thing. You can't leave. She won't let you. I love that. I use that on my kids. I use that on job deadlines. I use it on everything. You can't leave. She won't let you.
Brilliant.
You know, classic Lawrence Fishburne with hair.
Yes, mate. We watch it. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street 3. He's got a really tiny part in it. He's one of the porters in the psychiatric ward at the hospital.
These guys fucking starting early out. That's wild.
I was like, holy shit, it's Morpheus.
Yep.
Fucking rad, mate.
You know who else was in Event Horizon? Jason Isaacs, excuse me.
He was Doctor, wasn't he? The Doctor?
Yeah, he was the Doctor, DJ. Yeah. Jason Isaacs was Captain...
Let me have a look, mate.
Oh my God, I forgot his character's name in fucking Star Trek Discovery.
Is he the guy that you met in Chicago and got him to sign?
Yes. Yeah, English actor. He was in Harry Potter. He was the father. What's his name?
Lucius, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you, Lucius Malfoy. Yeah. Gosh,
so look like my favorite Voldemort quote. Every time I pretend to be Voldemort in the house, I sneak up on Anya because Anya's got long blonde hair, so I call her Lucius every now and I sneak up behind Anya and I'm like, "And what about you, Lucius? Where have you been all these years?"
I bet she loves that.
Not at all. She's just like, Dad.
She's like, I
go
love
away."
this for me.
Yeah, go away, Dad. Yeah, you met him in Chicago, didn't you, Jason Isaacs?
Yeah, I got a thing signed for myself and my brother.
So who does he play? He was in what was he? He voiced someone in Star Wars, didn't he?
Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor, yes, thank you.
Yes, that's right.
I know, it's like he's known for Star Wars as the Inquisitor, but I show up there with a fucking Star Trek thing. I showed up there with better prints than the prints they had. I found like a high-res picture of him.
I'm trying to find his name. In he was the captain, but he was
Captain
the
of
bogus
the Discovery. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was the bogus one. He was from the Mirror Universe, wasn't he?
He was from, well, this particular version of him was indeed from the Mirrors or
I'm trying to find
Universe, excuse me.
Trying to find. He's done so much.
Captain Lorca.
That's it.
Lorca. That's what it was. Captain Gabriel Lorca. Wow, that took me a while to remember that one. But yeah, I had a great picture of him like holding the phaser with all that stuff. But then it was all it was a better print than they had there. It's like, oh, where'd you get this? And I'm like, oh yeah, over here, sign it, thanks.
I remember that because that's when I first met you guys.
That's right, because that was Chicago.
Crazy, yeah.
Chicago. That was when I got all those Black Series, and I just like unboxed them all at the table, and Kev was just like, going into a conniption. What are you doing? Because I wanted General Veers, because I want all the Imperial officers, so I got Admiral Piet, General Veers, and Vader, actually.
Yes.
Because I didn't have a Vader, and I was like, fuck, I'll get a Vader here. Why not?
Have you been... have you had any horror films on, Jimmy, for the spooky season? So I know you and Elena likes to... She's a bit of a film buff, isn't she, mate? She likes to work her way through the classics, mate, doesn't she?
She is. She, in fact, last weekend, they had a... she has these 3 other movie ladies, and they used to go pre-pandemic, pre-kids. It's a place in town. They still have it, $5 Tuesdays. And it's just a cheap, old-fashioned cinema right in downtown Portland. Girls go out for cocktails and appetizers, get a buzz on and just like roll right into it and have a great time. And around the holiday season, we'll host them all at our house because we have a little setup downstairs with a big TV and all that. And they'll have a whole bunch of food and everything else. And this year it was Smile 2.
Yeah.
And they watched another one. I can't remember what the other one was. I like horror films, but like I'm not like I'm too I don't know. I'm not like consumed. It's not like my super most favorite genre, but like of the horror films, like I do love like The Thing and Event Horizon, shit like that. Speaking of which, I need to rewatch that. You got The Thing put in my head. It's like that'd be going to do. One horror film that's really bad and I wouldn't recommend, The Ginger Dead Man.
The Ginger Dead Man?
Yeah, Ginger Dead.
As in Gingerbread Man. Brilliant.
Yeah, the gingerbread. No, it was the Ginger Dead Man. And, just really, really struck out.
Oh, my word. Look at this, mate. Fucking brilliant. This is right up my street.
It's just one of those, like, you're with a bunch of friends and just like, yeah, let's just get drunk and eat some fucking popcorn and watch the Ginger Dead Man.
Mate, it's got Gary Busey in it. I'm down, mate. I'm in.
All right, give it a listen and let me know what you think. I'll relay that back to her. She'd be getting
what a nutter, mate. Speaking to the microphone, Squid Brain. Fucking Gary Busey, mate. He's a great lad, isn't he? Off his tits.
But
I don't know what's happened to what 3.4, mate, on IMDb. Brilliant.
That's good quality. Watch once.
Evil never tasted so good, mate. The Ginger Dead Man.
The Ginger Dead Man. It's the best. It's simply, you're the best around, and nothing's gonna ever keep you down. But yeah, that's been the Halloween stuff I watched lately. The kids really love Nightmare Before Christmas,
as they should, mate.
Oh yes,
they're both like really into it. I was like, is this kind of scary for you? And it's like, nope, totally fine with it.
Classic.
They're like singing the songs and shit. And what's this? What's this? It's something's in the air.
Ground.
Yeah. What's this? Every time they make a mess on the kitchen counter, like they're not finishing the food or whatever. It's like, what's this? Go finish your fucking food. I mean, I don't say it like that, but that's what's going through my head.
I'm just
Ooh,
scrolling through the.
Mate.
Chris pulling out
Absolute
the
classic.
vinyl of Nightmare for Christmas.
Nice.
That I would listen to that cover to cover. That would be beautiful. Hey, little known fact: Patrick Stewart with the opening narration for that. Just
Yes,
like one
mate,
bit,
yes.
I love that. Well, that's one fucking hell of a week, Christopher.
Sorry, mate. I've rambled on a bit there.
No,
I wanted
listen,
us
Kev's
to go
not
on
here. Someone's got to do it.
Some Halloween discussions, mate. Some spooky discussions.
For spooky week, baby.
I did try. I sat earlier and I thought I'm gonna try and see if I can do my top 5. And I was gonna text you guys and be like, "Let's do top 5 horror films." I just can't do it, mate. I can't. There's just too many. There's like, I say, Lost Boys is one of my favorite films of all time, but I don't know if it's like.
I'm with you. Is it
a horror
really
film?
horror? Yeah,
And it's like,
is it really?
like Alien as well. Like Aliens, obviously. People
What was
say,
what was that
is Alien a horror
vampire
film?
I don't know if
What was
Alien's a
that?
horror film. I bet it could be.
There's a really good vampire film that I can't. I'm trying to look up while we're talking at the moment. That I
Nosferatu.
loved. No. It was something like it's like 5 Days a Night or 30 Days a Night.
30 Days a Night. Yeah,
30 Days of Night.
30
I
Days a
feel like
Night.
everyone can-
Yeah.
30 Days.
it's got
Is that
Josh
the one
Hartnett in,
where-
hasn't it?
Yeah, is that where they're up in Alaska? They're in Anchorage.
I think so. It's based on a graphic novel, isn't it?
I don't know, but I think it's amazing, and it's like I was going to stick it up as an honourable mention. It's
Honourable
really,
mention,
really good.
yeah.
You're right. Josh Hartnett,
Yes.
Mercer George, Danny
Okay.
Houston.
I got a question for
Danny
you guys
Houston.
real quick.
Yes.
Just nothing crazy. Don't think too deep into it, but just give me your most favorite thing you want to see in your bag of Halloween candy, or like 2 things. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like when I see those little Butterfingers, or 100 grand. If you guys have ever heard of a 100 grand.
No, mate. I know what a Butterfinger is, but I don't know what a 100 grand is.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like 100 grand in my candy.
Yeah, I'd like
box,
100
please.
grand in my.
I know, right? Well, 100 grand is like rich milk chocolate with layers of chewy caramel and crispy rice. So it's got like the little crunchiness to it. You know what I mean? With a little bit of caramel layer. It's kind of like a Star Crunch, if you ever have a Star Crunch. But I know now we're getting to the world where it's like, oh, what do you call weird sugary shit over there?
So is it like the crispy rice that you get in a cereal?
Yes, and it's kind of mixed in like a little bit.
It's what we call a toffee crisp over here, I think.
Ooh, toffee crisp. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's what we call a toffee crisp over here.
Yes, of course, Governor. Thank you for your clarification.
Brilliant.
We have a toffee crisp over here.
Let's say what's yours then, Chris?
I've got a sweet tooth, mate. You've opened up a
I
big
know,
can of
right?
worms here, mate. But we tend to get. I mean, it's years since I went trick or treating, but it would tend to be the cheaper, like the budget. Like
Mhm.
people don't give away full chocolate or candy bars.
No, it's all the minis, the little minis
Yeah,
and stuff.
little
Yeah.
things. We've got. There's a candy company over here called Swizzles.
Oh,
Is that right, Andy? Swizzles?
Yeah.
like a rum swizzle? Sure.
And they make a couple of little treats. One's called a drumstick, which is how would you describe what a drumstick is, Andy?
It's
What flavour is it?
I can't work that one out, mate. It's a taste sensation, mate. I can't describe it.
Taste sensation.
It's a gelatine. It's a gelatine. It's like a toffee, but made out of gelatine sugar. So it's the
Wow.
consistency of toffee, but it's
That's gelatin
It's
for
chewy.
those of you listening to it in America.
gelatin's.
Chewy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a chewy sweet or a chewy candy,
But it's
not.
like pink and white, so it's like strawberry and vanilla. And when you mash it together, it's really nice.
Like a
So
strawberry creme.
drumsticks I'm partial to, but they also make refresher bars, and refresher bars are they're like the same consistency, but have like powdered sherbet sugar inside.
God
And
damn, son.
there's an original refresher bar, but the strawberry refresher bars, they can tip me over the edge, mate. They are some next level fuckery. So
Sure.
if Jackson brings back any of those on Thursday night, he ain't seeing those fuckers
You're
aren't
like,
touching.
I'm having that. I'll have that.
I'll have that. I'll have that.
What about you,
I'm
Andy?
more of a chocolate fan myself.
Yeah.
So it would be a debate between. I mean, one of the best exports from the US is a peanut M&M.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
There's always a bag of M&Ms in my house. Fuck.
Everywhere. The peanut M&M in particular, though, it's just like, yeah. And for a limited time as well, we also had the peanut butter M&Ms as well. But you guys have them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
baby.
have them all the time. We
Hell
get
yeah.
them like special edition every 6 months if we're being a good nation or not. Do you know what I mean? We get them.
If you paid your tariffs, you cheap bastard.
Yeah. If we paid the import duty or not, we get them very, very rarely. But they are the ultimate. But no, regular always go to is always the peanut M&M.
Nice.
And then I would say you can't ever go wrong. You can't ever go wrong with a Snickers. Well, we used to call it Marathon, but with a Snickers.
Yep. Yeah, I love Snickers. Throw it in the fridge.
Mate, posh fuckers down south, you are, mate. If you're giving away Snickers bars to trick or treaters,
No,
I'm giving shit away.
Little mini Snickers though. We get little bags, and they're literally like an inch by inch, like little tiny little cube.
I buy them. I'm not saying I'm giving them away.
I'll buy the bag and keep it for myself. Y'all getting the dum dums.
I buy them for trick or treaters, and then when it come the night of trick or treating, I take the pumpkin out the window. As far as they're concerned, we're not accepting guests. Meanwhile, I'm sat there in my underpants on the sofa eating my Snickers.
I love that. Rewatching Solo. I love this picture. It's painting a beautiful picture right now.
Lucy's like, oh, we've not had anyone knock on door tonight. Yeah, I don't know why, love. I just don't know why.
No, they could just fuck right off.
I'm gonna have to eat this giant bag of fun-sized Snickers all to myself.
Yeah, kids today. What can I say?
I know. Well, it's like it's getting close to 7, so I'll have to go up and help the kids soon. But this is our Sunday evening for my wife and I hope. So we're gonna be watching a little Halloween flick tonight.
Nice.
And I'm just like, we might have some hot butter popcorn. Might be able to throw that on, or I don't know. I am feeling a little bit of that chocolate right now, though. Fuck.
Wicked. Do you know what film you're gonna watch, Jimmy? We'll leave it on that, mate. Do you know what film you're watching?
We actually were debating. We were looking at Event Horizon because we were bringing that up. But I might throw the Thing on there as a possibility as well. But also one we always like to throw on a silly one. And Ernest Scared Stupid is definitely on there. You guys ever hear the Ernest movies?
Yes, mate. I'm well aware of Ernest.
Ernest Goes to Jail. Yeah, crazy bastard.
He did. I had a friend at school that was well into Ernest, and we used to rent them from the video store and watch the Ernest Goes to Jail, mate. Seen that?
Oh my god, hilarious. At least it was when I was 9 years old.
Yeah, but I can't. Just before we leave, I can't talk about horror and Halloween horror related things and stupidity without mentioning the king of the B movie, fucking Bruce Campbell, and the Evil Dead trilogy.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Evil Dead 2 would be a top 5 for me. So we'll leave it at that, mate. Happy Halloween to everyone. Hope you have a fucking rad time tonight, Jimmy, and whatever you're doing for the rest of the spooky season.
Indeed. Yeah, I'll let you. Hope everybody has a really happy Halloween. Andy Bell, co-host of Just Shillin. Just thank you for being a guest on here tonight. Really great to catch up with you, pal.
No, thank you for having me, mate. It's like I said, it's been too long since you and I, in particular, have caught up. And thank you. Have a great holiday season. If I don't speak to you before,
indeed,
the festivities start. And mate, I love you. You know that.
Yeah, nice, pal. I appreciate that, man. It is felt and smelt. Well, thank you all for listening. Stay weird out there. And that concludes Scruffy Lookin Podcasters episode 257. Chris, you got anything?
Just take care of yourselves. Happy Halloween. And I'll see you. I think we're on next week. I'm not sure. I know you're not here, Jimmy. You're out gaming.
Actually, I think I am on next week. It'll be the week after that I'm not. But fuck it. Whatever.
Sick. Whatever, yeah. Tune in next week to find out how Mini Michael got on at Halloween.
Ooh, excellent. Bye.
This party's over.